Russia, the former USSR, Soviet Union, the world's most powerful superbloc with numerous nuclear technology, army, navy, air force, which can destroy within 30 minutes the world. Now, in this episode, another 5-6 minutes, I'll be talking about why President Vladimir Putin has extended his stay in power until 2036. Before understanding Vladimir Putin as President of Russia, we have to understand what is Russia before 1991, 1945, 1950, 1970, 1990. Russia defeated Germany. They fought pitched battles, millions were killed, but they made sure that they won the war. Economic development, military development, industrialization, and communism challenging the democratic stage of the world. Russia with the Soviet Union had become very powerful. But the end came in 1991 when Soviet Union collapsed. During that period when Soviet Union was getting collapsed, one person in Germany, East Germany, was working with the KGB. When he was working in the KGB, the failure of KGB was also the main reason for the failure of Russia, because they did not anticipate the future movements, they could not anticipate their economic downfalls, they could not anticipate that leadership crisis what that could emerge during that time. World wanted a peaceful Russia, democratic, economic developed Russia. Never, when Boris Yeltsin selected Putin as his successor, from East Germany, when Putin came back to St. Petersburg, his hometown, he started politics. Somehow he became close to the establishment of Boris Yeltsin group, and he became the director of the military, like a secret agency. Then he had a truce with the oligarchs of the establishment where amnesty was arranged with them so that nobody get disturbed. He became the president. At first, the world thought that he was very much pro-Europe, pro-democracy, pro-economic development all. Then the things changed. The Russian humiliation, what China calls itself, a humiliation they have suffered in 19th and 20th century with the West, the US or anybody in the world. The fall of Soviet Unions, where in the Soviet Union, different countries, Russians themselves become without passport. They become unquestioned citizens. Human trafficking, then economic collapse, all made Putin to see inward about what to do. Then came a big fundamental transformation where during his first 8 years presidency, there was the purchasing power increased 72% growth, real wages 2.5%, and there was a 5-fold increase in the gas and oil price. Unemployment, poverty was challenged. Military and police reforms was huge. Construction of pipelines happened in a very bulk way, and restoration of satellite navigation glasnost, and successful holding of Sochi Olympics in 2014, and GDP, which was in 2006 764 billion, tripled to $2,096 billion by 2014. he became the undisputed leader of Russia. Nationalism. Crimea was gone and occupied in 2014. Chechens were made to bow and accept Russian suzerainty. Georgia was destroyed. So Russia said their business. They said we are powerful, we are leader. In Syria, chemical attacks, Bashar government, one country stood with him, that is Russia. S-400 missile defense system became one of the best system in the world. Turkey bought it, and many other countries are trying to buy it. So science, technology, economic development, oil and natural gas, then supporting like-minded countries became the norm of Russia. A country which was considered as a pariah, which was left alone, now has started acting with everybody due to the powerful leadership of President Putin. So he has extended his rule until 2036. He comes on horse, he comes on bear, he comes fighting. He is showing he is a leader to stand. When democracies are getting challenged within the inside and inward looking, authoritarian governments under with military are with saying they are democratic, they become powerful. Putin is a very great example. China, Xi Jinping is extending his rule. Al-Bashar in Syria extending. Iran, it goes on. Putin goes on. The difference between Russia and the other countries are very much different. See, another most important thing about President Putin was his enemies, Michael Khodorkovsky of Yoko Oil or Alexei Navalny, everybody were completely checked up. See, there's a beautiful quote by, when I was reading, I just observed what Putin has said. One man's effort could achieve what whole armies could not. One spy could decide the fate of thousands of people. Today, with that in mind, he has recreated Russia. Nord Stream, Sakhalin projects, to China supplying gas and oil, supplying gas, $400 billion business. Then it has to come towards other countries. Managing North Korea, talking to China, talking to Iran, Turkey, Syria. Things have changed. This person, Mr. Putin, is talking to Taliban. In international relations, there is no enemies or friends, only particular situations. He has become the most important technocrats with experiences. In democracies, we respect democracy, development, human rights, but autocrats are ruling for a long period with their authoritarian glades and getting more experienced in talking with control over military, control over oligarchs, control over resources. They themselves are billionaires, and they change the next guard for the leadership with immunities. So what he has done today, he has basically extended his rule for Russian nationalism. Russian national interest. Ukraine crisis. He's saying no NATO troops. He sent 4,000 troops last week. Completely in Alaska, completely there is military flights and going and coming, lot of violations. There are lot of submarine activities, military base and bombers and torpedoes, Poseidon stealth torpedoes in Arctic. So ultimately, he is becoming the most powerful and most dangerous president of the world in the coming days. President Putin relationship with India is very important because India, like with US or Russia, they have a very natural relationship. India trusts democracy and development, but Russia has their own internal system. We respect it. Then 60% of our all defense things comes from Russia. Medical, textiles, people to people contact, it is all there. We require a peaceful, democratic, globalized Russia where peace, economic development, natural gas, oil is served without any cartels or without any impositions. And the Prime Minister Modi, when he went to Russia last time, earlier he said, in our art, we have Russia. When we breathe America. When we in art, we have Russia. So that is a globalization of India, where we believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are not enmity towards China, or we are not enmity towards Iran or Saudi Arabia. We have good relation with we want to have a good relation with every country in the world, where world economy, globalization, human rights, everything is respected. A powerful, strong Russia for peaceful world is always welcome. But human rights, globalization, economic development, rule of law, change of government should be given importance. Thank you very much.